Hello, social workers, mental health professionals, and change agents. Welcome to another episode of the Social Work Rants podcast. I'm your host, Bash Moreno. Saludos a todos, greetings, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in wherever you are watching or listening to this podcast. I appreciate all the love and support. Gracias a todos por su apoyo. As we wind down 2023, hope everybody enjoys the holiday season. I know the holidays are not good for everybody. There's a lot of grief, loss, or reflections of people who are no longer here with us. Just do the best you can, make the most of it. Um, that being said, uh, follow the podcast on Instagram at the Social Work Rants Podcast. That's all one word. On Facebook, aka Meta, type in the Social Work Rants Podcast, hit that like button, and follow along all the content that's coming along. We're already gearing up for season 8 and coming up in January. If you want to get on the podcast, by all means, email me, Bass City Entertainment LLC at gmail.com. Um, so I'm doing something different for season 8. If you are a social work entrepreneur, you have your own business, or you got you have a business, but you still working 9 to 5. Coming off the heels of the first ever social work wealth conference, so I'm definitely looking for people, social workers who have their own business. It's okay if you've been on the podcast before and you got something new happening. By all means, let me know. Also, looking for school social workers. We are at the halfway point of the school year, or just about to be the halfway point of the school year. And I'm sure a lot of school social workers are burnt out and are looking forward to the Christmas break. I know when I did school social work, I was definitely looking forward to the Christmas break. And I was thankful for Thanksgiving. So I know what it's like. I've been in your shoes. So uh, school social workers, where you at? Love to get to know what is happening in your schools. It can't be just Delaware being all jacked up. It has to be a nationwide thing. I'm pretty sure of it. So I want to hear your story. For my Latinx and social work, volumes 1, 2, and volume 3. I'm taking priority in all the authors that haven't been on the podcast to come on and we to talk about our book and sharing our stories of writing what it felt like writing the chapter in the best-selling books, at least volume 1, volume 2. There will be a volume 3 coming out next year. So, and had the pleasure of meeting some of the authors of uh, Latinx, Latina in Social Work Volume 3 recently. So, looking forward to that book dropping in 2024. Um, so yeah, those those are the guests taking priority to come on the podcast. If you have a business that's related to social work and you want to sponsor the podcast, I'm looking for paid sponsorships for the Social Work Reds podcast. I had one of the many highlights of this year, and we'll get to the highlights the next week's episode doing highlights of 2023. One of the highlights of the year was having my first paid sponsorship. So I'm looking to do it again. I have multiple sponsorships. So if you have a business that relates to social work and want to be on a top 10 podcast, top 10 social work podcast, by all means, definitely reach out and let's talk. So that being said, this week's episode is sponsored by Bass City Entertainment, doing business as Bass Moreno Consulting, focusing on financial education for Gen X people of color in the sandwich generation. Sandwich generation meaning, for give myself an example, I take care of an older adult. Uh, it could be for myself is my dad, and then I got try to take care of two small kids, but try to take care of myself and paying mortgage and thinking about paying for school while trying to invest in the stock market and try to build wealth and try to leave wealth for the kids. So I'm in that sandwich generation. So if that's you, I'm doing free consultations to help you navigate your finances and feel better financially stable as best you can. By all means, definitely reach out. And I'm doing free consultations, and we could talk about if it's something you're definitely interested in doing. 4 sessions doing basically a financial life story of how you grew up to setting up what basically would be a treatment plan, a financial treatment plan of how to get to for your financial stability. Um, so there's a lot happening going into 2024. So looking for clients for my business. So that's City consultation in a nutshell. Um, so yeah, this week's topic is dedicated to you, the social workers, you, the mental health professionals. It's called Dear Social Workers. And it's call to action to you who listen to this podcast, who watch the episodes on YouTube. Uh, Basically, we need to show up and show out. Um, this year is a pivotal year for us in the profession. There's an election year. Um, you know, mainstream media is only going to focus on President Biden and right now Agent Orange. I'm going to say this right now. If you are a licensed social worker, doesn't matter what license you got, if you are a licensed social worker and are even considering voting for Agent Orange in 2024, please leave the profession of social work. I'm going to repeat it again. If you are considering or you are planning to vote for Agent Orange, you are doing harm to the clients, you are doing harm to the profession. Leave the profession. Let's get the controversy out the way. He's already said he's going to do harm. He's telling you he's going to do all these things, and if elected, and we'll get to what I think is going to happen next week's episode. But if he gets elected, we will have U.S. citizens of color, chances are, who don't like him, chances are be deported or in jail for all kind of craziness. The dictatorship will happen. Um, so yeah, so if you're down with that, just leave. Just don't renew your license. Leave. Go do something else because you're gonna do harm to people who need help, and there'll be more and more people of color living in this country than any, especially African Americans. Latinos are going to be the number one quote unquote minority group in the country by like 2050. So, which leads to like what's happening in Texas. All these new laws that just took place, uh, racist laws to prevent people from crossing over, and is just craziness. All this stuff that's happening politically with these politicians, and we need to be aware who's doing what, where, why, and so all that to say, social workers need, and I know, and I know, and I know, watching the news is not the greatest thing for our self care, but we need to find some outlet that we kind of sort of trust and see, just get headlines or just see what's happening, like NPR, or, whatever you're comfortable listening to or watching for a couple minutes and find out what's going on. There's a lot happening all at the same time. And we can't be like, oh, I don't know what's happening with the news. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's running for what. Or we can't do that. We got to be the one that's educating our clients and informing them why things are the way they are. Why no food stamps getting cut? Why is like this happening? Why is there's no housing? Why is the roads are all jacked up? There's reasons for that. And a lot of it has to do with political. So we need to find out what is happening in our communities. Who's running for state senate? Who's running for U.S. Senate? Who's doing this for mayors and governors? Find out what your neighboring states are doing. If you live in a tri-state area, like, it's important. So that's my call to action. 2024 is a huge year. It seems like every year stakes get higher, higher and higher and higher, and we gotta step up. I'm busy educating my clients now. I have a lot of undocumented clients, and I'm educating them what's happening, uh, what they need to be looking out for, and that goes us in the profession trying to take care of our clients how we should. It's in our code of ethics to be looking out for our clients. So you trying to do harm by voting for somebody that is telling the public any microphone he get, he's telling you what he's going to do, and you're down for that. You should not be in the profession. Period. So that's my rant. I'm in 2023 with a rant. So let's get it. That's the call of action. Um, Definitely do research, educate what's happening in your towns, your cities, your state, local school boards. If you got a school board, like just be aware of what's happening. There's a lot happening every single day, to a point where, again, I understand why you don't want to watch the news or hear about news as self care, because there's so much happening all at the same time. We got two genocides happening. We got a war happening. We got a potential war looming. And on top of, and that's just globally. That's not even what's happening in the good old U.S. today. And you might say there's a few wars happening within the good old U.S. today. We gotta step up. We gotta wake up. Social work is political. It goes hand in hand, and we gotta step up to the plate. We have to, if we want to do good practice in the field. We really don't have a choice. All that to say is just get informed, whatever you're comfortable with. However, if you're a visual learner, you see something. If you on the way to work, however you listen to whatever you listen to, just get informed. There's a lot happening every single day. Something crazy. We got to be informed, folks. We doing harm to our patients, our clients, however we call the people that we serve at our workplaces. And we got to step up. This is a quick, straight to the point episode. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, let me know. Because I'm more of a centrist. I'm a realist. So yeah, this election is gonna be very very interesting. And obviously, there's more than two candidates. We got Dr. Cornel West. We got a couple other people running for president. So you got some options, and it's just a lot happening all at once. So quick, straight to the point. I want to drop this episode and let you know my thoughts, my feelings. And let's get to it. It's basically we got 2 weeks left as of this recording of 2023, getting into 2024. We off to the races. Political season is here. Is already here. It's already kind of starting, but really be full bloom come January, February. Um, at least here in America. So, and for my listeners and viewers outside of America, definitely let me know what your what news outlets say about America. I'm always curious about that. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And next week's episode, we're gonna talk about on a brighter note. Um, some give you some of my personal highlights of 2023. It was a pretty good year, and also my prediction for. And I hope I'm wrong with this prediction. So wrong. Give you my prediction for 2024. Um, and it might surprise you. So on that note, if you again celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa. For those celebrating Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. I know it's been a crazy time with everything happening. So enjoy whatever holiday you celebrate. There's Boxing Day also for for those that celebrate Boxing Day, and just happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe. COVID's still out there, so we can wear a mask if you got to. So, like I said, it's a lot happening. Later, y'all.